Is Love Hurts worth seeing this Valentine's Day? Actually, yeah. Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies. I'm Andy Signor, and yeah, you actually can see it this Friday. Love Hurts, from the producers of Nobody and Violent Night, two completely underrated action films. I loved Nobody. What a surprise that film was. I don't even want to tell you about it. Just go check it out. And then Violent Night, the best action Christmas movie since Die Hard. So much fun with it. I really enjoyed David Harbour as Santa. It's like Home Alone for adults. It's like nuts. And Love Hurts is another addition to this studio, this producer's slate of just fun, kinetic action, silly movies that I had a blast with. I got to be honest. I had some issues, and I'll get to them in a second, but the film really hinges upon its lead. There he is, Ke Huy Quan, who is just so likable, so joyful. I've been in so much, I've loved watching his rise to fame again. We all know him, obviously, as a child actor. He was Short Round in Temple of Doom and Goonies. And he stuck with us. We all loved him as a kid. And then he sort of disappeared. He had trouble acting and paying the bills. And then out of nowhere, gets this gig, wins the Oscar. And then everybody in town loves him. And it's just such an amazing and worthy redemption story. And I'm so glad to see him now as a leading actor, getting all these parts. He's going to be clearly busy for a while because he's just so genuinely nice, kind, and happy. And that's how this movie actually plays. He's this nice real estate guy. He loves his life. He loves getting people their homes, their forever homes. And he's good at his job, and he's got a routine now, and he's happy about it. And then all things slow down when he gets this Valentine in the mail, and all the record skips. Boop, what just happened? His past has come back to haunt him. It's a Valentine from Ariana DeBose, two Academy Award winners in this film, who has come back. She plays Rose, and she has some, vengeance she seeks. And that's where the plot sort of takes off. We quickly learn that this realtor is not everything he's claiming to be. He is hiding from a past, and that past quickly catches up to him in the film as bad guys sort of swarm the office. And we realize this man has a history of fighting. He's a hitman. He's like the go-to guy for his brother in getting rid of people. And so out of nowhere, the likable, sorry, I'm still learning how to pronounce it. Ke Huy Quan. There it is. Ke Huy Quan, the likable, like now what goes from likable realtor to suddenly now assassin. And it's a fun transformation. And the action sequences are a blast. There's this kitchen sequence that just goes on forever. It's like a Charlie Chaplin, again, Jackie Chan type of way where you just boom, 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 and they're in the fridge, and the camera's in the fridge, and it's so creatively put together that I had a blast. He's so likable, the action's so fun, the audience is laughing the whole time and smiling, and it's just really well done. The film suffers when it has this tactic that I've now learned is the Netflix model, the Netflix note, I'm going to call it. There's actually a note where writers have now come admitted that Netflix executives will tell the writers, yeah, our audience is probably just watching this while they're on their phone. So can you make sure every half hour or so you just literally remind them what's happening? Like, that's now a note from Netflix. It's why I hate Netflix, a lot of Netflix content that's not their big Stranger Things stuff. A lot of their sort of straight to Netflix stuff is just very brain mush of just... It's not meant to be watched fully. It's like, it's for lower attention spans who can be surfing TikTok while a movie's on. And I would argue that this movie suffers from the same note, it seems. There's just a lot of weird voiceover that interrupts the film that's completely unnecessary, that actually took me out of it. It's just like hits you over the head where you're like, oh my God, we were having fun. What's up with this? You get voiceover from him and then voiceover from her. It's really confusing at times, or they're watching and it's clear what they're thinking. And then they're just literally telling you what they're thinking. I just find that incredibly lazy writing and filmmaking, and they didn't need it. The film does get bogged down at times, a little bit of that, but overall not enough for me to still not say that the film is really fun. It's, again, fun because of Ke Huy Quan. He's so good. The cast has a lot of fun. When they're in the action, it's great. And then you're rooting for him to sort of get back to his way. And is he going to stand up for himself? There's some good themes that are happening. Overall, it is a fun movie. He's a good character. I did enjoy it. And beyond even that, there's just there's a couple moments where it does really, especially in the beginning, at least, Sean Astin is in the film, his fellow Goonies co-star. And there's just a really heartfelt moment here where he's given this Realtor of the Year. And most actors would just play this off, thanks. But Ke just makes this moment like even more sincere. It means more to him, and you learn why throughout the film, because he's living this double life. He's been this sort of monster, and this man, Sean Astin, his boss, sort of apparently helped him change his life and made him, happy with his life of just being happy where you are with what you do. And so it's a nice little moment in the beginning of the film. You'll see it where Sean Astin is like, both my friend Sam and I were both like, oh, it's just a good moment. Plus, it's like speaks to the reality. You can tell they're just, because the whole Goonies cast show, like, not all of them, but a lot of them showed up to the screening, and you can just tell the love there. And I think the castmate just so happy that he is now excelling in the way he is. It's just incredibly, I think most people in Hollywood are rooting for him and excited for him that he is able to get this, fame and success and all that. He well-deserved is the bottom line, well-deserved. And so it's encouraging to see that the castmate was all there. Overall, yeah, like, is it worth seeing this Valentine's Day? Yeah, I think it's filled with action. It's definitely bloody and actiony. Like, so if your partner is into that, great. But it still has some nice love moments. There's a subplot with his coworker that's a little strange, sometimes feels forced. It's almost like it's there just because they needed to make this a love movie. I don't know if it needed to be a love movie. The love parts of it aren't the strongest pieces of the movie, to be honest, but it works. And it's like a fun romantic, it's a love movie, but more about a hitman who they throw some love stories in to make it work. Like the whole idea of Love Hurts. I don't know if that title really makes sense here. It's more about like finding yourself. And I wish they would have leaned more into that. And I guess they wanted sort of a hook for a Valentine's Day movie. It's not a huge Valentine's Day movie. I mean, it takes place on Valentine's Day. They lean into it, but it's really about finding yourself. And I think there's more they could have leaned into and not worried about that hook to focus on, like, can you change? Does that mean you're not yourself? And sort of the wrestling with who you are, like those conversations were far more interesting to me in the film. And overall, a little bit of mixed message on like it's a fun, silly, and good action film with some good cast. That's what I'll say. They try to really hit the mark by giving it a little bit more story and meaning. And that last part missed the mark a little bit, but the rest of it was so fun. I didn't ultimately mind that much. Because of him, because of his likability, and because the action is so kinetic and very Jackie Chan-like in the best of ways, I give this film a higher mark. So check it out. It opens up this Friday, this weekend. Hope it does well. I like to see him being able to lead these movies. And I will be honest, this was fun in the theaters. The crowd was definitely, there's like, ooh, there's moments like that during the scenes where there's this laughing and reactions that what make movie theaters more worthwhile. Sure, you could watch this on streaming, and most people probably will, but I'll never want to lose that communal experience of watching this type of movie with an audience and seeing the oohs and ahs and the combined, like, oh my God, yeah. There were several clapping, like, yes moments that this film, needs to have and did. So kudos to it. Kudos to the team behind it. And if you like this one and you haven't seen Nobody or Violent Night, check those out. If you like those two, then yes, get your ticket, get ready. I think you're going to have a blast with Love Hurts. Both Sam and I were commenting, my buddy, not a lot of movies have been fun and likable. This one was. Yes, I can nitpick some things as I did, but overall it is a high thumbs up for me of a good time at the movies and a good, if you want to get, your partner's not into action, it's a nice way to sort of sneak them into a fun action movie that hopefully even they will say, okay, that was cute. I had fun with it. That's, I think, ultimately their goal. And in that way, they succeeded. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for alerts if you haven't already. Smash that thumbs up and stay tuned for more movie reviews. We got a lot more coming, including Captain America, A Brave New World. I'm so nervous, but I'm seeing it next week. You'll get the review here first. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more.